Go for it.
Are you surprised it's AstroDragon World?
It's Ty's favourite world.
It is my world. It's Jack World. But this time we're not playing Jack. We're playing Fret, because Fret best buddy, though I'm not getting enough
Jack's best buddy, not Fret. What are you on about?
Fret is best buddy for this deck. I can't Jack this deck. Yet. Yet.
Hashtag lost Jack been spoiled.
Yeah, I hope. No. So, we played 2 Fezlon, item searcher, 2 crit. Simple.
Simple enough.
Yeah, you know, search your deck. It's nice. We don't need to play many because we have draw power. We have our double attacking size 1. Chevron is a thing. You can play the common one that pops soul, I think it does, when you call it, but I don't because I don't like paying gauge for things, and I don't play that cross. Buddy, so I'm not getting enough advantage when I'm only drawing 1, engaging 2. So I thought if a buddy, I get a lot of life. So, and it's not once per turn. It's solid. That needed to happen.
No, it doesn't.
So, also because I wasn't getting enough advantage, we play 4 copies of Coop. It's your counter call guy. When he attacks and you've got 3 or more Astros on field, you charge, gain a life and draw. I here will like draw. And he bounces back to hand in either player's end phase. So you can set up your different formations for Farnese. Speaking of Farnese, yes, we are that quickly into it. He's your variable. Your if it's on the left, is your defensive. Your opponent loses 5k. Blah 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 nonsense.
If it's on the right, it's offensive.
If you've got something on the right, then all of that gains 5k. And
if you've got something on the left and right, you just go full ham.
You do if you can somehow get 2 size 1s on. And if you've got your item, you gain 3k defense.
No, a size 1 and a size 0.
No, you need them to be size 1s on both sides.
Yeah, but it's a size 2.
Otherwise it doesn't kick. Yeah, so you need a size 1 on both sides to make it work.
Okay.
Or you switch formations, so you go like size 1 defensives and then call in Coop. But next, 2 King's Brilliance. I tried this out with more, and because it doesn't have an inherent defensive ability, it's not as good as if you were playing, say, the set 2 version. To compensate, it's 3 gauge. It's 77, which is solid stats. It generally takes a link attack, a Lost World monster, or something equally as big, if not bigger. Fuck you, Max Dragons. Fuck you, Ethan. But it gains 2 top deck soul, which is nice.
Don't forget Link Dragons.
Yeah, fuck you. And if you've got 4 or more Astros on field, so if you have your formation set up, or if you have, say, something on the right or left, an item, and you're set, once you've got 4 AstroDragons, it's Galaxy F activates, and all of your stuff gains 10k, a crit, and penetrate. So you hit numbers, you hit Lost World numbers. That's why it's primarily in here. The second thing is the finishing capability, because not only do you get that ridiculousness, but he also has Bat's ability without it being an overturn or overthrow, I can't remember what they called it. So you can discard a card if you have your Galaxy F to stand your field. So it's a combo extender, and you'll see how in a bit. But that's why we played 2. We had the gauge to support it, but it didn't work for me at more copies. 2 copies of Argent All. Here's your size 3 that becomes your size 0. You use him to pan out your field. He's your pop ability, potentially counter if you use Emergency Tactics or Cell Sphere. Cell Association, but primarily it's a double attack size 0 with decent stats and a soul. 2 copies of that. We'll jump into items. A low number of these as well. We play 3. Castle Nassel is good. You've got something on the right against double attack, something on the left, and it can't be popped. So that's very solid. The 4k and 2 crit is nice. Could you use any of the others? Yes. If you wanted more power, go for the double attack. If you want more attacks,
go for the triple
attack. But personally, this one's working for me nicely. Although I would side it out in certain matchups.
Yep.
Because we are a lower monster count now, we're down to 20 monsters rather than the 22, and I need to see things. I play 4 copies of Steer the Stars. This is your...
That's 2 Steer the Stars you've got there.
Sorry, I mixed them up.
Yep, he's mixed them up, ladies and gentlemen. It's typical Ty.
I apparently can't numbers.
So 4 of Steer the Stars.
Yeah, 4 Steer the Stars. is what I want to do, because for some reason I decided to skip straight over the set spell.
Yep.
Which, you know, but we'll do the set spell whilst we're here anyway.
Yep,
the
speaking
set
of
spell
set
is,
spell.
I hear you don't like your effects nullified. I just take it for granted. I take it so much for granted now that it's always...
I want a set spell like this.
You don't need it.
I do.
You don't need it. But when you call something once per turn, gain a life, draw a card, you counter call Coop, and you just do that on your opponent's turn. It's fun. It's so fun. And obviously it means your stuff can't be nullified, which means when you're facing the Blood Dragons, you're fine. Then we go into Steer the Stars. Pay a life, look at the top 4 cards of your deck, add up to 2 weapons or AstroDragons to your hand, and put the rest into the gauge. If you get 4 gauge, well...
It's 4 gauge.
That happens. But you're probably going to get at least 1 hit off of it, which is ideal. Because your...
2 hits?
No, what's his name? King's Brilliance costs 3 gauge, Farnus costs 2.
So you're good. 2 would be amazing.
I mean, if it goes off, it goes off. So,
Battle
3
supplies.
Supplies is quite hard to play. We play 3, obviously. I've taken it down, I've taken it up. But 3 seems to work the best. It's if you've got your weapon and your formation set up on the left, you can gauge 2, gain a life, and draw. So
draw 2.
Draw 2, I should say, yeah.
And you can only use it once a turn.
Yeah, but primarily it digs you deeper, which means we can play less copies of stuff. For example, the King's Brilliance than we normally would have.
Yep.
Because we like draw power, because we want to dig for stuff, we play 2 Cell Sphere Control. Cell Sphere is your draw equal to the number of AstroDragon monsters. So ideally, you'd be getting 3. But
your minimum probably...
Minimum's 1.
Yeah, minimum's 1.
But
maximum
if you
is
need
5.
to cycle for 1, sure. But, you know, you're going to be doing it for 2 or 3,
so
which is a fair trade.
Your minimum's 1, maximum's 5.
I mean, 2 decisive points. You can play more, but as you've seen, we have draw power. Decisive point is draw power as well, so you might see the other one, you might not. And you're fucked anyway if you get a bad hand, so...
Yep.
But this is the +3 to everything, can't be destroyed by effects. Very nice. Like, if you can't have your stuff removed from the field, then it means you can go in for your OTK turn, you can counter-call in whatever you need with emergency tactics and self-association. Very solid. I don't even know why I'm saying all this, because I've done essentially this profile for about 2 years now. Speaking of emergency tactics, this is your counter call from drop. That can either be extend your plays using face on to get your item, Coop to bounce it back, you know, your double attacker to extend plays. It could be Fret to just draw. It could be, you know, it could be a Farnese to just change the state of the game. It could be King's Brilliance to just go for ham.
Yep.
It could be Argent Ore for countercall. It's a very versatile card, and to be perfectly honest, I don't think I'd remove it unless something better came along.
Yep.
I considered swapping it out for Missing Mission, which is the rare that when something's destroyed, you can search a size 1. However, though it's from your deck and it thins your deck, you've got so much draw power here that you don't want to deck out. Alternately, because you cycle through things so quickly, you're more than likely going to want to get things back from the drop.
Yep.
We have 2 victory equations. This is your ham card. This is your pay 2 gauge, stand your shit, and swing for game.
This is essentially the AstroDragon World copy of Oath, except...
Exactly.
You can pay, except there's no life cost for Oath, and you get plus 10k in a crit.
Yeah, it's solid.
That card is quite decent, though.
We don't need that because we've got King's Brilliance. So, Association. 2 copies. Pay a life. You either you either bounce a card to hand, so bye-bye enemies that you can't otherwise destroy, or you counter-call something to go for ham. Very versatile
They're
card.
both counter speeds anyway.
Yeah, they are, yeah. I mean, I think I said that. Probably not. Last but not least, 4 Blessed Rain, because who doesn't like gaining potentially 5 life and nullifying an attack? And defensive tactics, because who doesn't like reducing your opponent by 5 and a crit? Well, 5/5 and a crit, should I say.
Unless you happen to have the one that says, unless you have Grey Hoon.
Then you punch Matt in the face and you claim your win. But that is the profile. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out our other videos. Check out our website.
Happy
all
game.
that fun stuff.